And it's important to phrase it that way. Israel is a nuclear-armed nation, which is very capable of defending themselves, and they have been proving that so as we've watched on the world stage. The U.S. already provides Israel with $3.8 billion annually in foreign aid. $3.8 billion, that's a lot of money.
Tell them, Miss Taylor Greene, it is very, very, very important to phrase it that way. Israel is the only country that screams victimhood, but at the same time is the most obnoxious aggressor towards its neighbors. Whilst the United States citizens are sleeping under bridges in tents and can't even afford universal health insurance programs, the United States wastes its resources that it doesn't even have on a nuclear country that is very capable to be on its own, but always shouts wolf to get its bills paid for free. Such parasites. At least somebody has the balls to stand up to the so-called IPAC that this is not right. But will they listen to her? Let's take a listen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the House considers the defense appropriation bill today that costs the American people $831 billion, it's important to talk about that this is the funding for our great men and women serving in our military and our nation's defense. The Department of Defense's mission statement is to deter war and ensure our nation's security, and that is worthy of the American people's hard-earned tax dollars. However, the American people are $37 trillion in debt. So this is money that is being spent that they already don't have. My amendment would strike $500 million in funding for nuclear-armed Israel's missile defense system. And it's important to phrase it that way. Israel is a nuclear-armed nation, which is very capable of defending themselves, and they have been proving that so as we've watched on the world stage. The U.S. already provides Israel with $3.8 billion annually in foreign aid. $3.8 billion, that's a lot of money. Additionally, the April 2024 Security Supplemental included $8.7 billion for Israel. That is nuclear-armed Israel. And during the recent 12-day war, the U.S. used 15 to 20% of our terminal high-altitude area defense missiles stockpiles defending nuclear-armed Israel, which cost us over $800 million. The $500 million provided in this bill will fund Israel's, that is nuclear-armed Israel's, missile defense system, the Iron Dome, David Sling, Arrow system. Yet Israel is a nuclear-armed nation. That's a pretty big deterrent for any of their enemies. Any nation that has a nuclear bomb has the greatest threat against their enemies. U.S. aid typically accounts for 15 to 20% of Israel's defense budget, even though Israel, nuclear-armed Israel, has universal health care for their citizens and subsidized college for their citizens. They're able to provide that. However, here in America, we're $37 trillion in debt. My amendment to strike $500 million in foreign aid will ensure an America First Department of Defense, and that is exactly what we need and we haven't had for a very long time. Mr. Speaker.
Now let's take a listen to the Israel apologists. Was the world not witness to Israel aggressively attacking Iran just the other day? Wasn't it Israel that eliminated military officers because Iran could have the capability of building a nuclear weapons in some days, a lie which has been told since 1948, when in reality it is Israel that has nuclear weapons to which it doesn't allow the IAEA or any other entity for the matter to inspect. Let's listen to the lousy excuses of Mr. Israeli apologist.
I reserve.
Gentlelady reserves. For what purposes, gentleman from California, seek recognition?
I rise in opposition to the amendment.
Gentleman is recognized.
The gentlelady's amendment would strike $500 million in funding for the vital Israeli missile defense capability. Over the past 2 years, Israel repeatedly has been attacked by Iran and its terrorist proxy groups, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. Each time, these groups have vowed to destroy the state of Israel. The United States have affirmed our resolve to stand with Israel by helping defend against the recent missile raids launched by Iran against Israel's civilian population. The success of Israel's robust missile defense capability is in part because these funds were provided in this bill and prior bills. Furthermore, this funding benefits our own missile defense industrial base as it provides for co-production activities and shared technology development. It's certainly to our mutual advantage. With that, I urge a no vote on the amendment and reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves.
So there you have it, folks. The unfortunate fact is the United States is at Israel's command and not the other way around. When Israel chirps, the United States must jump and give unconditionally and give more, whether it can or cannot. Meanwhile, Israel is very capable of taking care of itself. The United States, which is currently looking like a third world country, is busy taking care of Israel instead of its own citizens. So what do you think? Should the United States take care of its own problems first, or it should be Israel first? Well, kindly leave your comments in the comment section below, and thanks for tuning in. I will be back with the next podcast. Good day.